Hello everyone. My name is Prarthi Kothari, and currently I'm a student pursuing Masters in Bioinformatics. Today I'll be covering the findings of the manuscript titled Proteomic Analysis of Spinal Cord Tissue in a Rat Model of Cancer-Induced Bone Pain. So, these are the topics we'll be covering today for the particular manuscript. So just to give you a brief about the corresponding authors of the manuscript. So these are the authors who have contributed to the paper by designing the experiment, performing the experiment by collecting and analyzing the data, and drafting the final manuscript. All authors have read and approved the final manuscript. Some of these are postdoctoral researchers as well as associate professors. Moving on to the background of the literature. The functional classification of the identified proteins showed the largest groups were involved in signal transduction mechanisms, cytoskeleton, and intracellular trafficking or secretion. This provides important insights into the molecular pathways and cellular processes dysregulated in the spinal cord during cancer-induced bone pain. Hence, identifying these DPs in the spinal cord, which are the differentially expressed proteins, is essential for elucidating the mechanisms underlying the generation and maintenance of cancer pain. This knowledge can inform the development of new therapeutic targets and strategies for treating this debilitating condition that significantly impacts patients' quality of life. Overall, this proteomic analysis of the spinal cord in a CIBP rat model has advanced the scientific understanding of the molecular changes occurring in the central nervous system during cancer pain. The findings have important implications for pain research and the pursuit of more effective treatments for cancer-induced bone pain. Moving on to the introduction. So, what is cancer? So, cancer is basically a metastasis which is the leading cause of death worldwide. These kind of metastasis is responsible for 90% of the cancer deaths. Bone is a frequent site of metastasis, hence more than 80% of cancer pain is attributed to metastatic cancer-induced bone pain. CIBP has elements of acute inflammatory and neuropathic pain, which significantly decreases patients' functional capacity. It is a crippling, chronic, and morbid state. CIBP management uses NSAIDs, which can cause gastrointestinal irritation or bleeding, kidney dysfunction, cardiovascular events, or bleeding disorders as its side effects. One can even take paracetamol or opioids which can be taken individually or in combination. Hence, opioid treatments also do have a side effect of leading to physical dependence, tolerance, and respiratory depression. More than half of the patients with metastatic cancer receive inadequate treatment and suffer from pain. Let's see its pathological mechanism. Tumor cells, bone cells, inflammatory microenvironment, and neuronal tissue are involved in CIBP pathogenesis. Metastatic tumor cells stimulate osteolysis, aggravate bone destruction, injure the peripheral nerves, and trigger nociceptive signals. These nociceptive signals reach the spinal dorsal horn and transmit to the brain through spinal ascending pathways, generating neuropathic pain. The spinal dorsal horn further undergoes significant functional abnormalities and sensitization, hence leading to pathological amplification of noxious and innocuous stimuli, persistent hyperglacia, and allodynia. Moving on to the methods and approaches, the experimental analysis and groups were conducted by taking the male Sprague-Dawley SD rats, which weighed around 180 to 200 grams. The rats were randomly divided into control and CIBP, cancer-induced bone pain groups, and each group contained 9 members. All procedures were approved by the ethics committee and follow local and international guidelines. Rats were further anesthetized, and MRMT1 tumor cells were injected into the tibia intramedullary cavity. The sham group, which is the group containing the normal kind of mice, received hand solution injection. Further assessments were conducted, such as radiology. Uh, to confirm the tibial damage, a radiographic examination of the ipsilateral tibia was conducted on day 14. Hematoxylin and eosin H&E staining was performed on harvested, fixed, decalcified, and sectioned tibia. The total number of involuntary flinches characterized by the retraction or licking of the foot was noted at different intervals. The von Frey filament stimulus effect on the paw withdrawal threshold (PWT) was assessed. Balance and motor coordination were evaluated using the Rotarod test. Standardized uptake value was measured using 18F FDG PET imaging. Sections of spinal cord tissue were taken and either Nissl stain or H&E was used. Spinal cord proteins were further analyzed using Western blotting, immunofluorescence, transmission electron microscopy, and LC-MS. On the discovered proteins, GO and KEGG enrichment analysis were carried out, which are the gene ontology enrichment analysis and the KEGG pathway enrichment analysis. The string database was further utilized in the construction of the protein-protein interaction network. So let's focus on the results. The first image shows the X-ray tibia radiographs, which as a result showed significant bone destruction and uneven local bone density in CIBP rats. However, no abnormalities were observed in the tibia of the sham rats. The red arrows indicate areas of bone destruction in CIBP rats. Moving on to the next graph. On days 7, 10, and 14, the numbers of spontaneous flinches indicating spontaneous pain significantly increased to 16.00, 23.16, and 31.16 in CIBP rats. The PWT values presenting mechanical pain sensitivity were dramatically decreased in CIBP rats. The latency presenting motor coordination and balance were markedly reduced to 178.46, 97.39, and 46.53 in CIBP rats. These results indicated that the inoculation of tumor cells resulted in a nociceptive effect. The 18F FDG PET scan was used to visualize metabolic activity in the spinal cord, and PET images revealed that the PET signal was significantly increased in CIBP rats. The result demonstrated prominently hypermetabolic lesions in the spinal cord of CIBP rats. Severe leukocyte infiltration was observed in the spinal dorsal horn of CIBP rats detected by H&E staining. The number of Nissl bodies in gray matter of spinal dorsal horn from CIBP rats was significantly reduced, detected by the Nissl staining, indicating an injured ability of protein synthesis and release as seen in the figure 7. Hence, taking all the figures 5, 6, and 7 together, bone metastasis of cancer cell induced the functional abnormality of the spinal cord. Moving on to the GO analysis and the KEGG enrichment analysis. These were used to deduce the function of the identified DEPs, which are again the differentially expressed proteins. GO analysis showed enrichment in processes related to synaptic function, protein trafficking, and mitochondrial function through the following three categories: biological processes, cellular component, and molecular function. Through the figure 9, the KEGG analysis revealed enrichment in pathways related to neurodegenerative diseases and viral function. High counts were found in the 20 identified pathways. The top three categories of the pathways were the pathways of neurodegeneration, multiple disease, Alzheimer's disease, and human immunodeficiency virus 1 infection. So this is the protein-protein interaction network, which was obtained using the string database. So the lines between the nodes represent the direct and indirect associations of proteins. The red color represent the upregulated proteins, and the green color represent the downregulated proteins. The circle 1 represents the synaptic interaction proteins such as the CPLX1 and SNAP25. The circle 2 indicate the mitochondrial interaction proteins such as ALDH1B and GATM. Hence, the proteins involved in the synaptic vesicle cycle and arginine or proline metabolism were also found to be dysregulated. So this is a schematic representation for the changes occurring in the synaptic and mitochondrial related proteins during the cancer pain processing in cancer-induced bone pain rat models. In conclusion, our findings reveal that the synaptic and mitochondrial related proteins in the spinal cord potentially involved in cancer-induced bone pain. The data provides evidence for understanding the mechanism of cancer-induced bone pain and the theoretical basis for new therapeutic approaches. The key findings of the study include the behavioral tests, such as the Rotarod test, showed increased spontaneous pain, mechanical allodynia, and reduced motor coordination in CIBP rats. Proteomic analysis identified 1539 proteins in the spinal cord of CIBP rats, out of which 422 were found to be differentially expressed, 167 to be upregulated, and 255 to be downregulated. Proteins involved in synaptic function and structure were significantly altered. The synaptic proteins had a verified increased expression in the spinal cord of CIBP rats. Such synaptic proteins include SYT1, CPLX1, and SNAP25. Such synaptic proteins play crucial roles in synaptic vesicle exocytosis, synaptic vesicle fusion, and neurotransmitter release. The 66 mitochondrial proteins were overlapped with differentially expressed proteins. The mitochondrial structure was damaged, and the confirmed increased expression of the mitochondrial proteins was found in the spinal cord. These proteins are usually involved in the mitochondrial function, energy metabolism, and oxidative stress. Spinal proteins related to neutrophil-mediated immunity were differentially expressed in sham and CIBP rats, which were determined through the increased leukocyte infiltration. Targeting synaptic and mitochondrial related proteins may be a strategy for the therapy of neuroinflammation related pain. These findings provide insights into the mechanisms of cancer-induced pain, bone pain, and suggest potential therapeutic strategies for managing this condition. So last but not the least, this is what I have learned from the manuscript, is that the study aimed to investigate the mechanisms of cancer-induced bone pain by establishing a CIBP rat model. The results suggest that the cancer-induced changes in spinal cord synaptic plasticity and mitochondrial dysfunction play key roles in the pathogenesis of CIBP. Hence, targeting these molecular mechanisms may provide potential therapeutic strategies for managing CIBP. In summary, this manuscript allows us to learn about the experimental approach, key findings, and the significance of the research on understanding the pathophysiology of cancer-induced bone pain. Thank you.